How's everyone? Just gonna wait a few minutes before I get started tonight. Set things up over here. I hope you guys can hear me and see me okay. You won't be seeing too much of me, hopefully. I'm gonna be sharing my screen because we're doing a draw stream tonight. And then maybe if we have enough time, we're gonna try to do some flatting. So um yeah, let's do that. And we're gonna see how many people pop in there. None pop in, that's fine. I'm drawing anyway. So uh, I am, you can see on the screen what I have is working on this drawing of Barney from my favorite comic out right now, Geiger. And I don't know if you can see that. Barney was featured on this week's release of, of Geiger. It's a great story. You really got to follow it, but it has some great naturalistic art of animals and stuff by the great Gary Frank. Definitely check that out. It's available now from Ghost Machine Comics, published through Image. And this is issue number 6. If you haven't picked up Geiger since they've been releasing under Ghost Machine, definitely do yourself a favor and do that. The previous iteration of the miniseries that was put out was done uh, under the name of Mad Ghost, and that set the whole stage for what we know now to be um, Ghost Machine. And they have a wide line of books that they're putting out. It started with Geiger, obviously that's a flagship, I would say, and uh, Red Coat and Rook. Uh, Red Coat is done by Jeff Johns and illustrated by Brian Hitch with inks by Andrew Curry and Brian Hitch. And the coloring is done by Brad Anderson. I believe the lettering is also done by Rob Lee. And I think they're coloring all the books and lettering all the books. So, like I said, this is Barney. I'll be drawing this tonight. Uh, so I'll try to keep my mug off as much as possible. But if you have any questions about any of the process or anything like that, just general art questions or general comic book questions, Ghost Machine questions, um, hit me up. I am I was a big collector for many, many, many years, as well as drawing comics. I think anyone that that does comics and likes drawing comics and making comics um, probably started out um, as a fan of comics. So just to let you know, see if I can. I'm gonna try to grab all these here. I don't know if you can see that. This is my comic that I made, Gin and Tonic, Chango. Uh, the Red 10. Hey, what's up? Someone saying. So these are just some of the books that I've made, but that's not what I was trying to do. I wanted to show you my Ghost Machine books. So this is Rook by Jason Fabak. On the art, it's just really amazing work. And Jeff Johns with Brad Anderson and Rob Lee on colors and lettering, respectively. Here's another Geiger issue 4. Uh, there's issue 2 of Rook. Here's Red Coat, and I've got all of another Red Coat. I've got all the whatever they've put out so far. I've got, um, and I also went ahead and got the Junkyard Joe uh, trade paperback, and as you can see here, let me see if I can kind of show you. See right there on the bottom, Mad Ghost. So this was put out before they launched Ghost Machine. Okay, and this, I believe he's coming out with his own series, but this was a fantastic book. And if you if you get a chance to either find the single issues or pick up the trade like I did, do yourself a favor. It's a really great read. Um, just bear with me for a moment. We're gonna get started drawing pretty soon. I just wanted to kind of share my inspiration, my current inspiration with you guys. So, like I said, we're drawing Barney tonight, and I'm gonna grab my trusty pen. All right. The tablet that I'm working on is an XP Pen Pro 24. And the program I am drawing in is Clip Studio. This is Clip Studio EX. I do my comics, layouts, and coloring, and inking and drawing. I do a mix, like I said. I think I've said this on a few other streams, that I do like drawing traditional, but I do a lot of my layouts digitally. Then I'll print them out, and then I will light box and go from there. But on things like this, I like can illustrate. I'm just doing a drawing. I do it right on the board. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started here. So as you can see, let me see if I can minimize that. I've done some of the layout already, okay, and just kind of roughed in the idea here uh, of the image, okay, and then I hit that with a blue pencil, and then I went in and kind of tightened up things a little bit more, got some of the shapes, and then I just went into the inking, and in the inking stage here is where I'll just kind of just let myself go. I'm not really trying to be too perfect with this particular drawing. I want to keep the energy and the darkness and that sort of thing going with this illustration. So yeah, let's get in there. Let's do some drawing. And if you got any questions, or if you want to contribute in any way, maybe you're a fan of Ghost Machine and you have read the books, let's have a conversation about it. But I'm working on this one here, the second head of Barney. So I had a steak earlier, and it was absolutely delicious. And for whatever reason, it's making me overheat right now. I feel really hot, but that means that my metabolism is kicking into high gear. So in the world of Geiger, it's a post-apocalyptic world in which um, there has been a great nuclear fallout, and um, it has mutated the animals. Our main character Geiger is mutated himself. He is the main protagonist of the book, and he has these energy, uh, like nuclear uh, based powers, and he controls them by with these metal rods that help to dampen and control his, I guess, his radioactive abilities. So he's not like a traditional type of hero, of superhero. Um, and I think that's really what Jeff Johns and Gary Frank were going for uh, with that particular character. But just like he was affected, the animals were affected by the nuclear fallout, and Barney is one of those uh, creatures. Um, Geiger lost his family uh, because of the nuclear fallout, and obviously it didn't affect him for whatever reasons, uh, having to do with some cancer treatments that he was getting before the whole world just kind of went to hell in a handbasket. Um, Thanks, a piece of toast. And so uh, Barney was around as a puppy and has been keeping uh, has been keeping um, Geiger uh, company and has become, his best friend. And they go on adventures together. They're protective of each other. Uh, he's the only friend that Geiger's got, and so he protects this relationship with all that he's got. Really kind of shows the humanity of uh, of Geiger, that he hasn't been completely turned into a monster, even though he's got anger issues, and he's an agent of vengeance. Uh, he just wants to ultimately just be left alone. So what comics are you guys reading now? Um, are you guys reading Ghost Machine, or are you still reading Marvel and DC, or are you focusing on, or do you prefer independent comics more. So I'm just trying to come in out of these dark shadows and just kind of feather the lines in to give the feel of the hair, the fur. I hear you, someone saying. Um, I I tell you, if it wasn't for the fact that I like um, what Ghost Machine is doing, I'd be in the same boat. But I like what they're doing, and I said, you know what? I need because you need a little something. You need, first of all, you need inspiration. You need, you know, I think you should. Well, for me, let me let me take that back. I want to speak from myself. Um, that I enjoy reading comics, and so I wanted to do that again. I wanted to get that enjoyment, and I just found it here. So for now, this is what I'm doing. So the other night, I don't know if who saw it, I put out a video where I showed um, 52 pages of art for Chango, and I kind of like went over each page and what I was doing, what my thoughts were. It was kind of fun doing that, actually. I enjoyed that. So if you haven't seen it, go into the my videos and catch that. It's not that long. It's maybe about 25 minutes or so. It goes by quickly, but I flip through the pages. You can see what's up. Trying to blend in this fur and his fur. So someone's saying, what is the art that you're doing working on now? Well, thanks. I feel honored that I made it onto someone's playlist. That's pretty cool. That means that there's purpose. Someone is on purpose gonna watch one of my videos as opposed to just stumbling on it. It's nice. Cheers. I hear you, man. Yeah, writing comics is its own thing, you know. Um, I can appreciate it a lot, you know. So I have a lot of ideas, um, and so, you know, I guess I can plot things, but like scripting, I mean, I've dabbled a little bit here and there, and it's not easy, you know. I mean, there's definitely a skill with that, you know. Um, but it's definitely something that can be learned, you know. And like with anything, it's what you put into it that you get out. I hear you, man. So I'm doing this, and I'm kind of using a lot of scritchy, scratchy lines. And as I'm doing it, I kind of like what I'm getting for sure. Um, but I'm almost getting some weird Dennis Cowan vibes, and I can't quite explain why. Even a little Sienkiewicz vibes. Not that I'm comparing myself, but just in this, I'm just kind of throwing down lines with reckless abandon. And that's the fun part about drawing, and just have fun with it, you know. Sometimes you get a little bit stuck on, you know, having things be like super perfect, but perfect is not always what's needed. And plus, when you try to be perfect, you can't be loose. And drawing is all about being loose. I mean, basically, I'm not even really inking. I'll be honest with you. I'm like draw inking or drinking, drink. You know what I'm trying to say. It's more of that sort of thing, as opposed to actually inking. So that's what it feels like to me, and I kind of like that feeling, to be honest with you. Yeah. So okay. So I get um when I do shading like this, I want to go super high contrast. Um, I just drop in all the dark areas in the high contrast, and then I start to work out of it. An illustration like this, it makes it kind of easy because uh, the creature is a furry creature, okay, and so it's easy to just you know go in and out of the you can crosshatch or feather out of the high contrast black. It's just pretty easy. Um, it's easier, I should say. Um, but if you set up your drawing properly, um, you can execute it. What in the world is this? That's crazy. That line. I don't know where that came from. You see that right across the bottom there? I'm erasing it now. That's wild. Yeah, I don't know where that came out. That was wild. Yeah, that's gotta be hard because I mean it's pressure sensitive, right? With the iPad pencil, but I mean your hand also um it sometimes acts like a pencil because it must have to do with the heat that it produces or just the texture of your hand or whatever it is. But yeah, um I've had that happen to me as well. I mean, not that I haven't, but the few times that I've used a touchscreen style screen or I've messed around with an iPad, I've noticed that has happened. I don't know why I never got a iPad. Hey, what's up, Trusty? Oh my gosh, Trusty! Holy crap, dude! I haven't seen you in ages, man. How you been? Yeah. Hey, Maranya. Booyah! What is up, Maranya? Yeah, I'm back on YouTube, trying to be more regular on the YouTubes. Yeah, I know. That's crazy. Speaking of iPad and speaking of Apple, so I guess they launched or are launching their new iPhone 16, and um, it's not really going to be any different than what they already have. But I guess the Chinese company Huawei put out a new uh, a new phone tablet thingy, and this thing is legit. It's amazing. I mean, people are just making crazy memes and basically, dissing on uh, on Apple for their lack of innovation. Because I guess that's the thing, that Apple since Steve Jobs is gone hasn't really innovated much of anything. They're just kind of resting on their laurels, and they keep putting out, oh, we've got a new phone, and it's basically the same phone, and you gotta pay for everything, pay for chargers, pay for you know blocks, pay for iPods. Well, this new phone by Huawei, it is, I don't know how to explain it. It's like this size when you open the box, but it folds three ways, and it's like about that size. I don't know if you can It ends up, I guess, kind of looking like this when it's all folded up. And and I'll be honest with you, it looks pretty amazing and it looks pretty cool. And Apple is not too happy. Let's see. So Trusty Sidekick says, my son got his first full-time job a couple of months ago, a real good one. And so he's excited to get a new iPhone with his own money. The best kind of iPhone to get for your kid is the ones they pay for. Yeah. So, um, yeah. So congratulations to your son and the moves that he's making. So yeah, that's exciting. You know, when your kids can pay for their own stuff, it's pretty cool. It means that you know they're maturing, you know, they're doing what they're supposed to do and growing up and doing grown up things, you know. So that's always cool. So are you still drawing, Trusty? You still, you know, at least as a hobby, you know, doing it? Have you created any comics or anything like that? Oh, amen. That is fantastic. You know, still drawing is fun, man. I don't care what people say, but all right, I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of this thing. This thing is unbelievable. Um, oh yeah, here it is. See if I can. It's called the Hawaii Mate. So I don't know if you can see this thing here. There's a lot of glare there. So I don't know if you see that, right? It folds. It opens up. It folds three ways. So you see that? Folds three ways, opens up like that big. It's crazy. So look at this. Here's the guy. So that two ways, three ways. And it comes with earbuds. It comes with a car phone charger. It comes with a block. It comes with it comes with a phone case. It comes like all this stuff in it. It's crazy. And this thing is awesome. It looks fantastic. And it must cost a fortune. So I would never be able to afford it. But I mean, you can't sell Hawaii in the United States. But man, I'm telling you, Apple's got to innovate, or they're gonna. I don't know. Or maybe Samsung will innovate. Maybe Samsung will say, you know what, we could do that. I mean, what is it? Pixel has the the two-fold phone. So it's like this size, but it folds out, so you get like a big like square box. Um, it's yeah, hey, some it's about that. Yeah, I don't trust that folding screen. I'm gonna be completely honest. It does look cool though. All right. So yeah, I'm always concerned that there's gonna be some kind of like after some time you'll have like this line running down the middle of your screen or something like that. But it is pretty cool. It is pretty cool to see that, no doubt. Yeah, I know. I hear you. Well, it's the Europeans and the Chinese market that are going to be the guinea pigs on that. It's not available in the United States anyway. Just putting some place for Barney to stand, right? Then we got to put some shadows in here. So let's try to play around with those and see where those are going to end up. Sorry, guys. My daughter came in here. And she was in her pajamas. So I want to make sure she was fine. So I'm just trying to. Yeah, you don't want to just you don't want to overpower it with too much black. I mean, because there's already so much black here, kind of get lost. So I got to figure out what I'm going to use to ink the background here. Maybe pop a square on this here. See what kind of shape we're going to go with. Maybe we'll use this here. All right, so I think what I'll do, let me switch over to that first panel again. Now we're going to change the brush, and I'm going to use see if I can find, there's like a texture brush here. Here it is, texture pen. And I am going to that is kind of thick. Let me see if I can. What size is that? Ooh, that's 44. So let's go to maybe a 25 line, 25 pixel. Yeah, there we go. So I'm just going to create this border here. kind of make it, as they say, digital freehand, or trying to make it look freehand, but the fact that it's a like a rough texture will add, hopefully, to the whole appeal of the roughness of this drawing. Let's flip our paper and come in from this side. You know, as you can see, as I'm putting down the line, I'm also just rocking it back and forth because I wanted to have a rougher feel to it. So if you're on this page and you have not subscribed to my channel, by all means do so. Would love to have you part of the El Guapo Comics family. Um, and you know, set your notifications for whenever I go live or when I post a video. I mostly go live. It's kind of hard for me. I am thinking about doing some kind of like what Frank Cho is doing, but I don't have the right setup for that yet. I need like a new arm. Got to get some kind of different camera setup for that. Yeah, kind of like that. And now I'm going to select this for effects line here. And I'm going to start working on this background. And one of the things that I want to keep in mind. Oh, that's interesting. Let me see. What size is that? Let's bring that down a little bit. Let's make that, yeah, let's make that a 15 and see how that looks. That's fascinating. I wonder why it's. I don't know. I don't think I like that. So then I'm gonna switch the brush up. Um, so let's go. Maybe what I'll do is maybe let me select this taper pen. All right, I have an idea here. So I'm gonna go ahead because I don't want to obviously make the lines in the background too thick. Um, in respect to the atmosphere. So we're trying to keep everything nice and loose, right? And not too too detailed. So now let me play with something. I'm gonna go back up in here. I'm gonna pull out this dry brush. Let me bring this down a little bit. It's kind of big. That's manageable. See what kind of effects I get there. So yeah, that's kind of neat, right? Kind of brings a little softness to this. We're just having fun, kids. We're just trying different things. I don't like what this is doing. Now, it is a little smooth, but I like the openness of it because the stuff in the background doesn't look like it's gonna pop out that hard, right? It's just this little soft. Let's try it here. I'm gonna scrumble it a little bit, right? We don't want this to look like super perfect. Yeah, yeah, this is gonna work. And it is pressure sensitive, so all right. So now I do want to protect. So I'm going to mask off an area here that I want to work on. All right, so now I'm going to go in with this brush. Let's bring that down with that size. Yeah, it's a nice texture. Kind of dig it. It's called a dry brush. So yeah, I was kind of pleasantly surprised that it actually did what I thought it was gonna do. So I'm just going in here in some of those areas that are a little. Let's make this circle. Nope, too small. And the line is too thin, so let's go here. What do we got for a line? Pump that up to 10. Uh, oh, yeah. Or just have to pick up, but she's got to let us know when she's ready. Yeah. Okay. Let me cut. All right, everybody. Well, I got a little situation now where I need to head out, but I do want to thank everyone that came onto the stream tonight. Unfortunately, I have to cut it short because I have to go handle something. So, everyone, have a great night. Thanks again. Thanks for all those that commented on the stream. Thanks to all those that just popped in and said hello. I greatly appreciate it. And this is the uh, let's call it finished. All right, this is the finished Barney drawing from Geiger. All right, everyone have a great night.